What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. We're back to Siege the Day here in the Talent League for the last map of the day. I am the Reverend Whiskey Glitter. With me, my partner and co-host, as always, Mr. Whiskey Run. Say hello, Whiskey.
Welcome everyone back to the Talent League. We're here with the Challenger Division. Let's see, Play Day 3, getting to see Lumina Gaming versus Llabdeau. And man, promises to be a fun one. I'm sorry the last one got canceled. Had to forfeit that one, but we're bringing back the Challenger League here and looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. And not only is it going to be two great teams head to head here, but it's on a map that I love to watch being played. Skyscraper, man. Tough to get inside, but
Yes,
once you do, the destruction can be absolutely devastating. And in fact, why don't we talk about it? Let's bring
let's
on
do it.
that beautiful analyst, Mr. Noctish, to give us the who, what, when, where, and why of what's going down.
Hello there. Okay, first thing first, why do you like Sky?
Because, for one, it's not Oregon or Chalet,
Oh,
and for two,
okay.
you have
Hands
to
up.
have you have to have some real skill to play Chalet on the attacking side of it, right? It's so hard to get inside this building, so you're seeing
Exactly.
completely takes from the opposite side. So a lot of early gun contests. If you can get inside, however, get yourself a foothold, then there's some real good chance for some split play. I just honestly I love it.
Absolutely, really good point you made. So Sky is one of those maps that you really cannot gain control by rappelling up either rappel or upside rappel, gain the control onto the balcony of Shrine or, for example, Geisha, then somehow you put your way through the map. No, it's one of those maps need absolute spot on coordination. You either need to take it from the office into Dragon or travel drums into the hallway of Shrine and then into the tea room and uh, karaoke, or you need to take it other way, so from the geisha towards tea room, towards the balconies and the office, or you need to play super aggressive on the verticals if you're an attacker. While defending, it's one of those maps that expanding is a necessity. You really cannot sit back, wait for the people to jump in and try to plant. No, you need to bring the fight to them. So as you said, it's one of those maps you really need to have a great strategy. You really need to build that momentum for yourself, whether you're attacker or defender, and go into it with open eyes. So I'm going to bring up my interactive map just so
Excellent.
we can talk a little bit on this specific map. So, as these beautiful people can see, I need to delete the previous stuff from my screen. But so, as you can see, this is top floor, and this is one of those sites that we don't have the basement. So it's like a two floor uh, map. And as I've mentioned before, let's start with thinking the bomb site is on Tea Room Karaoke, which I will point out with the uh, yellow color. So we have the first bomb site here and the second bomb site behind uh, there's a specific wall. So if you're an attacker, sometimes people try to tend to play on Geisha. Okay, first, this is all the sky that I'm showing you.
Mhm.
So, yeah, this is one of the things that happens on live screen. Uh, yeah. So, give me a second so I can bring the rework of a skyscraper. Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
speaking of it, why you're bringing that up, one of the things that we have loved watching about Skyscraper 2, because exactly to what you're saying, having to have that aggression, I'm wondering if we're going to see a Mira ban here, right? Because she has been so
Mm,
vital on that exhibition hold where they're leaving part of the breach open and holding feet holes with that balcony area. being open as well to do for the runouts. If they don't ban Mira,
Yeah.
could be absolutely huge in that aggressive play.
They had those two outdoor breaches open and available for run out for Mira hold. I think you're right. Mira is a great ban on this map. We'll see whether or not they take advantage of it.
So back to me not making mistakes like that again. Yeah, this is one of those embarrassing moments that I just realized because of that specific wall on karaoke. So yeah. Anyway, get back to the idea. Uh, most teams really prefer to go and make their ways through the office, gain the control of Dragon, to the balcony, travel, cut off possible rotations, and then gain advantage towards the map. So this is the basic one. So I really want to see a different kind of push into this map. I believe you guys are going to guide us through the game. So I will just leave the rest to you guys and see you after the game.
Let's go. It's time, baby. You've been waiting for it. Thank you so much, Noctish. You were absolutely brilliant in your analysis. And let's see it come to fruition here. Lumina versus Llabdeau on Skyscraper. Let's see who we're going to get into the bands right now. Who you thinking right out the gate, Mr. Whiskey?
Ooh, on attack, I'm thinking Dokkaebi because there's not very much room to roam, so clearing them out is really important and really hinders the attacking team. But I mean, Ying when you're pushing into those windows, not being able to see, huge issue for the defense. So with Lumina starting there, I think it's a good call.
Yeah, potentially seeing either the Doke or maybe the Osa, potentially a Monty band
Oh
coming
yeah,
out.
for a shield for the top black stairs push.
Oh, but Shield's going to be in play. It is the Dokkaebi. You said it. She is so huge for sussing out that roam game. And in a map where you have to have roamers, you have to be aggressive. This, of course, is great getting her out of the board.
We'll
Fenrir,
see.
Gonzo.
Yeah, Fenrir, okay. And then I'm thinking Azami too would be the other one. Because the map is smaller and the angles are more important, and if they're gonna play any shield play since both Osa and Monty available, I'm thinking, ooh,
Oh,
Jaeger, that's an interesting one.
I like it.
We don't
It
we don't
means we're
see
going to be.
Jaeger banned very much.
No, that means they're going to be coming heavy with those flashes, with those smokes, and with those ever present and always dangerous nades. Looking forward to see some explosive action here. Round number one getting going. It's going to be a karaoke T defense, which means you can almost guarantee some, like Knox said, some exhibition side pushing.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being
Here we
defused
go.
by attackers.
Okay, oh, and look at that beautiful free cam work. Huge shout out to production here as they're bringing something special to the table for you, the viewing pleasure. On the defense, we're going to see some Castle being brought out. We see him utilized just about on every single site. Sky being...
Yeah, definitely more prevalent here in the TDM style meta, which I know we were seeing a bit of a shift out more to Intel that we talked about in the first game, but still an awful lot of running and gunning. So Castle's ability to slow down the attacking team, cut off sections of the map, you know exactly where Noctish was talking about the hallway between drum and site there, having the castle barricade. You either have to waste utility or you got to waste time to get those open.
And just like that, Llabdeau loses the hard breach. Such a huge pick for the defense right and early out the gate. 5-4 in favor of Lumina after the spawn peak. Oh, no, not a spawn peak. Never mind. Looks like he had some skins on. Oh, no. No, that was a spawn peak. We still have somebody with some skins on. That's a good night. L85 going to claim the life of the homie. That's body balance tipped heavily in favor of Lumina Gaming here on round one.
Ouch. That is a tough way to start, unfortunately.
It counts as my kill. We have a similar game style here. I claim the rights to every kill that goes down. So it is Slowdown City on the defense side, right? We're seeing the Goyle come out. We're seeing the castle stopping those rotates, stopping those cheeky peeky areas. And then, of course, Zet on the smoke is going to be great for that late round. It's going to be Coded taking a little bit of damage, but able to preserve his life. It's the Goyo Gadgets trying to claim some damage as well. Ooh, the double now ringing out. It's SMG-11 triple. Oh, my Lord. Man is already having a phenomenal game and is now all resting on the shoulders of Ayana. Let's get the grenade
The nade didn't work. I was trying to open up the castle barricade and didn't work. So now she didn't want to waste her other nade trying to get it open or the time in order to hit those 9 hits in to break it open.
Yeah, huge. Castle going to get taken off the board. It's the start of the comeback here. Finds one, has to find 4 more to equalize this count. Got to deal with up and down below. Oh, he heard him. Takes a pre-fire, waiting for the swing. Ooh, this could be good. Nope, that's just to get rid of that barricade or that barbed wire that's still sitting there. A little bit of a distraction. No, unfortunate, no grenades to take out that castle door still sitting. So it's going to be Ayana taking the scenic route here on round number 1. Going to go for that
The big
underneath
rotate.
kill.
Yep. Maybe going for black.
Ooh.
Oh, if they don't know that she's down.
Sound. The swing finds another. Doubles. We've got to have one more to get this round really get going. Did have one close, but it's going to retreat back up the stairs, take the gunfire from the vert area. And there's some vertigo. Finds another JST on the triple kill now, but he is 5 HP in a dream. See if he's going to be able to live that dream. Pre-firing every single corner. Knows he's got to fight too, but it's one from the left. Going to be taking him down. Yeah, what a comeback there. Starting to get some real momentum built up in his favor. And it wasn't body throwing either.
No, that was finding kills. Big rotate through the map, making that happen. Impressive.
So I guess we're going to take ourselves a little bit of a pause here. We did start to see that exhibition push starting to happen, but man, the early spawn peak, getting ace off the board. If you're going to get an early kill, you want it to be on the hard breach, right? Because as we talked about it on the map that we watched earlier, getting inside the building is already tough. But when you have to isolate yourself to going through just the doorways or just a window, you're stacked up, get yourself funneled and ready for a kill. Or to be killed. So, site number 1 done and over with in the favor of the defense. We're going to head over to the exhibition side. Secondary site. And then of course,
But setting up a lot of utility there. Yeah, full extension. Because the map is small, I mean, they basically can cover the whole upper half of the map with barricades, with basically being able to set it up like you would in the karaoke T side as well, because you're covering the whole half of the map.
Yeah, and with the introduction to Azame, she has been able to change absolutely change the landscape. It allows for that. Its deployable shields basically set up all across the map. Cheeky peekies, every angle you thought you knew, every pre-fire that you thought to take is changed with a zombie on the board. If she makes it at more than half the round, she's deploying all of them. It is going to be Hydro to find the kill. A little bit of answer back there from round number 1. Taken off the board. Huge pick. His body bounce tipped in favor of Llabdeau. And I like the calls here on the defense, right? We do have the Aruni, that DMR. This is absolutely devastating. Brought the Intel as well. In fact, we're Intel heavy because we also have the Echo on the board. And with that new shotgun meta, ooh, there's the DMR. Ultra finding the kill, evening up that body balance here. Going to be a zombie setting up for some trench warfare inside that office balcony. That push is going to start coming in. Well, holding on to the breach. Playing life here. Does get a little bit of damage onto him from the Ace, the Selma charge is going off, but it's going to be the Jiggle Peak off chassis, and he's really going to hold it. He's going to play it out. That's the defense's job, right? They're trying to stall out as much time as they can. Oh, my Lord, could be huge. Grenade goes out, but he's able to...
between them.
Yow! WASD his way out of there. Second one going to find its mark because Jono gets ripped off the board. Now body bounce tipped heavily in favor of Llabdeau as Aruni falls now as well. Hydro finding the second kill. And it is now all on the shoulders of Azami.
Triple.
Yeah, Hydro.
Triple from Hydro. Jeez.
That's why we spawn peek him, because because he's going to find those kills. It's going to be an attacker win here on a defensive-sided map, and that puts us at one apiece.
Well, when JSD had fewer defenders he needed to deal with, he was able to make quick work of it and secure the win. That was a good round, and seeing the intel from Echo brought out seemed to make a difference there. Give them a little bit of that intel on where exactly they were going to be pushing from. Made good work of it, but still not enough. When JSD only had to deal with one, he could manage it.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
Yep, the pattern that we see, if you get the entry, is more than likely going to go in your favor, because at that point we're resting on the trade game. The buddy system is in place. They did lose the hard breach round 1, so round 2, what'd they do? They brought 2. and that backups on backups, and it worked out in their favor this time. That's the truth. One apiece here as we head down to the church site, and it is not going to be kitchen, which again, a what?
Yeah, it's true. You don't see the bedroom, bathroom site played nearly as often as you would the first floor, like kitchen barbecue site. But here, and you can see that they've got a tremendous amount of utility, both in barricades and mirror windows, castles up here in the second floor, to make sure that the attacking team can't put the vertical pressure down on top, either while the plan's going down or before.
Another spawn peek from the same spot. That is absolutely rough. Body bounce tipped heavily in favor of the defense, especially because you said it. They've got the Mira on board as well. To be honest, full extension up top into exhibition with a bedroom hold. Whiskey, I'm here for it. I like it. I want it. Huge plays already. That's a set of nades off the board.
And they do have that outdoor wall already broken open with the mute, so that way he can't get droned out, but just using the sound calls and swinging out when it's necessary, he's going to get another kill there.
Yeah, could be huge. Mira holding down inside of sight, waiting for that potential push in. Ram taking a bunch of damage now, reduced to half of her life force. Gone. Their start. Oh, there we go. Hits on hits. The trade rings out. Ultra taken off the board, but it is going to be the Ash as well. We now find ourselves into a 4v3. Folks, that was all happening within the first minute of gameplay. We are Aggro City. Knock, you called it. If you're out there listening somewhere, nailed it, my friend. I love the aggro gameplay on Skyscraper. And look at this.
Yeah.
As we're saying it, it's the swing out from underneath. Oh. Waiting to catch somebody slipping and sleeping.
Yeah, there's somebody that's in repel, but Jono going 6-2-1, a triple again. I think this is his second triple of the game. Yeah, I mean, crazy gameplay here. JSD is going to have to match that level of intensity, and Llabdeau's going to try to figure out how to deal with this super aggressive defensive gameplay that Lumina's bringing to the table.
Yeah, I love it. And JSD is up for the match, right? Sitting at 5-1. He's having himself quite a game as well. But we still have to deal with the Mira. We have 2 nades in the pocket. Definitely can do some verticality here, which is honestly the way to play it, right? Flush that Mira out and away. Give your teammate a chance to catch somebody on the cross. Bunch of drone work going out here, and it is going to be Zet to find Hydro now, all on the shoulders of JSD. He's going to start to push down in the site. Got the nade ready, the swing, but unfortunately, Jono, too little, too late. Finds the swing off double.
Is that a 4K for him?
Jeez, man.
Wow.
Guys out here slamming. So check it out here. It is Jonah just being an absolute goat. Caught several. It was the runouts. It's the 3-peat. Oh, it was a 4. Yeah. Triple on the run out to find the last one. The swing from lobby. Huge plays by Jono. Just a heads up awareness. I mean, I'm sure you can hear that, hear the sound call coming through, but I mean, even with the nade being prepped, just ready to swing, knowing that your teammates got your back, should it prove to be necessary. However, it didn't. Jono the GOAT handling that round.
Yeah.
That's
Here
full
we go,
rotate
back.
on sites. Yep, back up to tea and karaoke. Let's try it again. What's win conditions here? What's this attacking team need to do, Mr. Whiskey, to bring themselves back into contention?
Definitely deal with I think they definitely need to try and deal with the aggressive nature that this defensive team is bringing, right? They're not sitting back and waiting. They're pushing, spawn peeking, having the walls open. Match that level of intensity, or bring a lot of intel on your side as well. Try and suss that out through either extra drones, like other operators that are bringing the extra drone economy. Lion, Dokubi's not available because she's banned out, and apparently Lumina was ready for that. They knew that they needed to take care of that.
Already, Ayana taking a ton of damage as the contest is ringing out stairs, but she's going to say, forget that. Start moving up and getting ready for that black stairs rotate. It's going to be Sledge taking a little bit of damage. Also, Ace reduced down to just over half of his HP, but going to take that contest onto Bandit, who is also just playing live, taking bits and pieces off each other. The swing!
Oh,
No! JSD gone, and that's a huge pick for the defense because that's the gunner off the board. That's the nades, Gone and Gonzo Garbanzo. And, of course, the drone work, the intel that you were saying is so important here, off the board. We still do have 0 for Sam Cams, and now with his latest rework, able to pierce them and let the homies take over. Could be huge and going to be necessary. They're listening, Mr. Whiskey.
But right now you've got on the side of Llabdeau Esports, the total collective kills was the same as JSD for the rest of the team, so definitely that's a big loss. But they do have Osa, right? She's got the shields, and like you said, Hydro playing 0. They need to get his camps in play right now to try and pick up some intel on how to push this defense.
Yep, completely agreed. Holding down Goyle, ready for the walk up the back stairs. It's going to be a trade out city. Osa starting to push in towards that black stair area. Pretty standard for the Osa push as they're getting ready to take some gunfights long range down the hallway. Castle ready for it, however. Ooh, there we go. That's another nade. Boy, we're talking explosions here. Sledge finds one on his last nade, evening up that body balance. And that's tough, too, when it's Wamai taking off the board by a grenade. It's like siege poetry. The double kill, Coded, coming in the back. Triple does finally get handled there as Vector rings out and claims his life, but it is really 50 seconds left. All resting now on the shoulders of the Goyle of it. Oh, the flank! Ready for him. The refrag, however, gets the trade. Now taking us into a 2v2. Jono down on the stairs, all up to Goyle. Going to be unretrievable as they go to potentially finish off that kill. Yep, there we go. Jono now gone. You said they needed intel to win the round. They are knowing exactly where these players are and getting the kills, and it's going to be Goyle on the rotate. Going to try to get himself a little bit of flank as well. Plant starting to go down. Ace going to take it to 50, to 75. The ping. Is he going to stop it? He is not going to stop it. He is going to get the kill, however. Now putting us into a 1v1. It's a classic gunfight showdown. Got to have 7 seconds on the board to get it, so plenty of time to take this contest, but Osa knows where it's coming from. Oh, the siege timing! Misses the potential shot, but is going to take it through the wall. Huge play by the attacking team as they claim their next round and get us a little bit closer to an equalized scoreline.
Wow, great timing there from Osa, able to grab that kill, because I think if Goyo had been able to get in there and start to do a defuse, and Osa was going to have to push through a door to try to get the kill on him, that would have definitely tipped it in favor of Goyo, but she grabbed him before he was able to set that up on a fake defuse. Great timing there from Osa and a nice plant from the attacking team.
Yeah, and huge. We're seeing a ton of flanks as you just watched on that replay. Everybody getting, that's what the intel is, right? You find out where the push is coming from, you mark them, and then you send somebody on the prowl. And Jono, that's a good person to have on the flank.
Yeah, indeed. Wow. And, I mean, he was still able to get a kill, even though he did get refragged. I mean, just taking some of the utility from the attacking team off the board was exactly what they needed to do.
Little cam work here, getting you the eyes of what's going on. Oh,
Look at that setup to
look
be able to
at
see
that.
through the drone hole into the T bomb site. I mean, instead of having the drone sitting on the drone hole itself and being in a place that the defending team would expect it, looking through those drone holes, it's on the other side of that little the little balcony area.
Huge. And just heads up, cam play here. Oh man, absolutely beautiful. Write that down, Whiskey. That's going in our ranked book. Okay, let's talk about it. Defense. We're tied up 2 apiece here as we head into round number 5. And it's going to be slow down city for the defense, pulling out the castle, the Goyo, and the smoke, all designed to make you work. Get on inside. Look at this. Oh no, this could be huge if Sledge is able to find a kill. He's got the sound. He hears it going down. Maybe lob a grenade up there. Get yourself ready for that black site push or black stair push. On the attacking side of it, we do have 4 nades in the pocket. Osa being brought back and out. Oh, Vector, good night. JSD off the board. It's going to be followed up with Jono finding a kill onto Hydro. Oh, there we go. The trade is
Coded.
the LE5 rings out. Takes us into a 4v3.
And taking Jono off the 9-4 and 3, again, huge. If we had to put some win conditions on it there, being able to grab the top frag is definitely a great place to start.
Yes, just an absolute brutal battle here on the battle for Shrine Balcony. 2 versus 1. He does find the castle, which is huge, and getting evened up on those numbers. Still got Goyle here holding it, but they know it's going to be the Goyle canister to stall out some time here with 1:24 left on the board.
It seemed a little early to pop it. I mean, you would have almost rather had the shield go down and then get it, but we'll see whether or not that's going to work out and hold them the way they expect it to.
Yeah, the combo between the Goyos and the smoke canisters, if Smoke is able to stay alive as he gets his bunch of his body ripped apart by some shots there. But if he's in combination with that Goyo, could be great for this last 59-second stall. Still has 2 canisters in the pocket.
And we are seeing a lot of drone use here from the attacking team. Hopefully it's not too little too late, but definitely good use of them right now.
Now entered into the frag zone. Got to get the kills. Got to get the final push for the execute going. Smoke has 1 canister still left in play. Line on the black stairs, looking to make a difference from the long, and it's going to be
Coded
Zed with
another. All right, we're gonna need it. We're gonna need to count up the coded nades here because I think it's at 4.
Wow.
And Jibo finishing him off.
Huge picks. Coded finds the grenade, finds the double, giving them this extra sense of security here going into that late round, and it allowed for the final push in and the swing. Huge plays by the attacking team here. Coming up with
taking it up 3 ahead. I mean, puts Lumina a bit on the back foot because the best they're going to do is finish with a 3-3 split on the first half of this map, which typically you think of Skyscraper as a defensive-sided map because it's difficult for the attacking team to find ground in the map, but boy, that's the best they can do at this point is 3-3. Llabdeau in great position so far.
Yeah, I'd agree. But, with the switch of the meta, right? Skyscraper long held as an incredibly defensive-sided map. But with the switch of the meta, we're looking at that TDM. We're looking at the run and gun. We're looking at the Bolo special. Well, you know what? We've seen in a couple of the other leagues that we cast as well, like Wildcard and Outlast and Aerial Rise winning their attacks on Skyscraper, really just transforming the way that this map is played. And here's no different, right? We're looking at a 3-2. Potentially a 3-3, but we might still be looking at a standard scoreline just because of the attacking team. It's pretty huge. It would have to be Lumina Gaming matching that intensity and that pace on the other side.
Exactly. And it is a best of 1, so they've got to do all of that adaptation right now. They got to do it right now to make sure that this is it. No time for a best of 3 or a second map to feel it out.
Yep, the one and done. And with that, gonna start making their way into the T karaoke area. Sledge's gonna put himself in position to take that gunfight near the black stairs with balcony. No Talon shield to help him out this time. So it's just going to be straight jiggle peek for your life. But, I mean, he's got a couple of nades, so I imagine he's going to be feeling like he's all right.
Yeah, Coded said 7-3-1. Great time so far, and really not, you know, the rest of the team almost keeping up with the pace, but on the other side, Jono from Lumina, 10-4-3, just absolutely dominating the defensive side of this game.
Yeah, 10-4-3. Jeez. That's body bounce tipped heavily now in favor of Lumina Gaming as Frost going to find one. P10 rings out and claims the life of another. Now taking this into a 5v2. And Whiskey looking like we might be seeing a little bit of that 3-3 equalized scoreline. Which, hey, I'm here for it. I want the OT. You know me. Here comes the swing from Shrine area. Oh,
the
but it's the shotgun
meta. Oh, the smoke mute shoddy. That thing is, the SAS shotgun is a monster, and making them work for it here in the last defensive round for Lumina. Until OT it is, anyway.
Yeah, potentially if we hit that, it's going to be some shots onto Frost. The swing from Shrine, not able to amount anything here. Did reduce down to 3/4 of his HP, takes a little bit more, takes the rest of it, and it's a flawless round for Lumina. Lumina Gaming putting themselves on a 3-3, and it's the roll swap time.
Now we get to see how Llabdeau and Lumina handle the other side of the map. Llabdeau on the defensive side, and I mean, with Fenrir and Jaeger taken off, that really leaves a lot of the newer ops that had been part of the real defensive, you know, the 5 golden rings of defense, leaving Solus, leaving Azami, leaving Mira on the board, and we see Hydro picking up Solus. I think that's a great pick here, as trying to slow down the intel game from Lumina's attack.
Yeah, if you're new to Siege, you're new to the last couple of seasons, Solus we see banned out almost exclusively for every single map because the gadget's so incredibly powerful. If you're on your phone, she can see it. If you've got a Claymore down, she can see it. If you're planting, she can see it, making that vertical hold absolutely devastating. Still able to use the 2 impacts while the gadget is on. Just absolutely huge. Yep, I love the Solus play, and I think on a map small as Skyscraper, you're right. This is going to be huge.
Yeah, I almost wish I would have seen Lumina play her more often, but, you know, when the team spend a lot of time setting up the defensive strats, they know what works, they know what's, you know, the way that they want to play. They wanted to play really aggressive, and JSD, a C4 to start that was tossed out.
Oh, my Lord. Call him Kobe. That long range was incredible. He said, I don't want to take the gunfight. I'll just blow you to smithereens. That's body bounce tipped in favor of Llabdeau. It's a huge pick off the board, right? We've got all of this intel. The one person that can hunt down where the heck Solus is at, because, you know, she can see if her gadget is being used. Gone. Off the board. Goodbye. Sayonara. Still could potentially have used it to suss out where the Melusi traps are, but really, you're bringing along that IQ to take out that Solus in this situation, and well, you're not doing it anymore. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's the classic combo that they talked about when Solus was first released there in year 8. Season, what was it? Season 2? Or season 1. She, you know, IQ is able to detect when Solus is on her gadget and vice versa. The two of them able to detect each other, and so they're great counters. But when IQ's off the board, gives Solus a lot more freedom to operate.
Yep. So here it is, minute and 30 still left in the map. Attacking team trying to get their bearings for this late round push. Still got to deal with quite a few of the roamers, as you would see it. And here we go, the swing from Bandit. He's going to lose his life as Jono was ready for that one. Flash goes in to give a little bit of distraction, get himself ready, set up to come back in. Nook on the gadget. Unfortunately, that can be seen by Solus as well. Could be a huge late round flank if they're not set up and ready for it. Grenade comes out, going to trade a little bit back and forth on grenade damage, maybe. Nope, not going to catch anything. Nobody there around to receive that grenade. That's going to be a miss. Savannah now going to start opening up into that geisha room. Give a little distraction for the jump in potentially. And there we go. Warden taking a little bit of damage from behind. It is going to be Ultra, the next to fall, however, as the P90 does ring out and claim Ayana's life. Oh, yow! Hydro! Hydro and
JSD.
GSD. Let's go.
The names we've been calling out all night, JSD, Jibo, and just making it work there. Grabbing another one.
Yep, there it is.
4.
Jono just on the lurk, on the wait, caught himself quite a few kills that potentially shouldn't be actually happening. You know somebody's going to be on that geisha window when you're taking the peek. Aren't we looking for a little bit of a pre-fire? But unfortunately, it was not the case for the bandit who lost his life there. It's going to be Llabdeau up 4-3.
Attackers need to
quite the
locate and
defensive
defuse
showing.
as many bombs as they can.
Yeah, really, we need to see from Lumina, the rest of the team, I think, step up a little bit and match the level of intensity, I think. You can't rely too much on Jono here to carry that team, right? I think, again, collectively, he was having a lot of kills versus the rest of the team, so let's see them match that level.
Yeah, defense doing a great job on that last round of setting the pace and really determining where the push was allowed to come from. You know, they gave him some of that early sight, but still with the stall. That's cool. The stall capability of a great defense. And I'm hoping to see kind of a similar thing here. There is the Mira being set up for that breach hold. I imagine we'll probably see that wall being opened up. There's the smokes coming in.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to see that. We were seeing this from Burnt Turkey playing for... he was playing for... boy, I'm drawing a blank.
Aerial Arise. I think, right? Well,
yeah.
It was... I don't remember. Here's what I love.
Taken Kings.
There it
I
is.
knew I was going to get there.
Yep.
Playing on the Taken Kings side and really making a great, doing a great job of making that mirror setup work for him over there in office.
Jono putting themselves on the gridlock with the LMG. If he gets started, it's going to be absolutely devastating.
I mean, the nice part about the, Gridlock's LMG, it's clip fed, so that way it's easy reload, 60 bullets, plenty of ammo to just be devastating, and she brings along the Super Shorty for just opening up lines of sight.
Yep, on Skyscraper, it's absolutely important. C4 brings out, takes no damage, however... The push into Geisha is starting to happen. Well, not just starting to. We've got drum control.
We've
got
Geisha control.
Yep, they have got complete control of the other side of the site. This means we're going to start seeing that push in. Drones going to start going to work. Sussing out where the heck these other defensive players are, but be careful. JSD sitting on that Solus would be absolutely devastating if caught right. No rotate, though, on the open hole. They're going to opt for the door instead. Did they leave that breach open? Yeah, they did. Okay. And Maverick also, so you still have to get close to get that breach. It's going to be tough with the Mirror. Oh! Bunch of damage done to Knock, taking them down to the 50%. It's the jiggle peak from Mira in towards Drum.
I wish they had left that the single wall open though, so Mira could watch them when they're on breach and then make the rotate out and go for the kill there. It adds a little bit to that setup, I think, that would be helpful here, because then you could always seal it off later as the round goes. But I mean, I guess we only have 35 seconds left.
That's the problem, still making their way inside of sight. It is going to be JSD taking off the Solus. Mirror going to find the kill, though, to trade it out onto Sempier. Now, it does find another one onto the attacker side of it, taking us into a 3v4, but it is going to get traded out, and now Mirror's going to get taken down as well as body bounce is tipped in favor of Lumina Gaming. 16 seconds left, Whiskey, and they're trying to get themselves into sight. Jono just unloading through the walls. It is going to be, oh my lord. Oh! What?
No, there it is. The shotgun rings out, claims a double from Hydra. Wow. The SAS shotgun is just wreaking havoc on this game. How many kills just from that gun alone on both sides?
Yeah. Huge play as the shots ring out into Drum. Oh, that was huge. JSD off the board for the early pick. It was really thinking they were going to have that as their win conditions, but it's the shotgun. You said it. We are living in the shotgun meta currently, and boy, absolutely devastating in the late round. Had no idea where he was at. So with that, we are going to take a quick timeout and sit and talk about it. 5-3 in favor of Llabdeau. What you think, Whiskey?
Oh, 5-3. Really, you had Lumina is being led by just one player, and they've got to get the rest of the team engaged because he can't carry the whole team. And now that they've sort of lost a little bit of that momentum, it's time to make the shift back and see what they can do to hopefully slow down this team. They're a lot more balanced and seem to do a better job holding all over the map. So let's see what happens, man.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, you called it in or earlier while we were casting it. It was 16 seconds left, and we still have people getting inside of the map, right? Still sitting outside. So, I mean, it's going to make it difficult to push in. They had the number bounce, started to do that late round, and I'm talking late round push, get the cross set up. But, I mean, got to still have that intel, right? They made the push, didn't have any idea where he's at, and it's the jump up, it's the rack play, it's the shotgun good night to end the round and get that scoreboard a little bit closer. So, I mean, honestly, great bit of adaptability by both teams as we're starting to get this war of attrition being built up here.
We did talk about it a little bit in the previous game we casted on the Masters too, where the teams are bringing very different lineups for both attack and defense, not seeing the same operators played round after round, even in the same site. So seeing the attackers push differently, seeing the defensive teams hold it slightly differently, is good adaptability. And it's going to come down to who can really pull off the right adaptation at the right time to grab a win, because even if you can try a bunch of different lineups, you've got to find the one that works, that gets you the win, and not be predictable. So, let's see.
Yeah. So Skyscraper, we talked about being it so difficult. We talked about that mirror strat potentially coming into play. Watched it play out. Now that we've seen both, with the single closed and the single open, what's the final verdict? What do we do for that single?
I mean, it's a great question. The defense won that round when it was close, but it was off the back of the SAS shotgun, not necessarily the Mira setup. That's a good question. I like it being open because it's much more of a aggressive defensive setup, which seemed to be working really well in the first half of this game. Whether or not Lumina is going to, use it in the same way is a bit of a question. So I like it because it's more entertaining as a caster, and I think for the viewers, whether or not it's as effective as a game-winning strategy, I think probably leaving it closed is the better strat overall, because not every team can pull off that real aggressive defensive strategy and come up with wins.
Yeah, I like it open, but here's the caveat. I want a castle on the door in there as well. So you're still able to get that long angle into drum from sitting behind bar. You still got that run out capability when they go for the breach. Get potentially a second person there as well, to kind of help back you up. I want it open.
All right, there it is.
5-3 in favor of Llabdeau. We're getting in here to round number 9, and we're going to bring out some trap specialists here. Hydro putting themselves onto the frost. Huge, especially on this tertiary site, right? Because we're going to see some pushing in from windows that maybe normally don't get as much action.
10 seconds left.
And the Legion. We've talked about them several times. Buffed up in this last rework, right? Stackable. And now look at that. Did you see that right there? Used to be that you could put a Legion on a frost trap, and once they got caught in the frost, it was dead. Gonzo Garbanzo, you're out, right? Well, that is no longer the case, as it does break the Legion trap now. Oh, ready for the run out. Jono says good night, rips his head right off the board. Huge play, 15-6. Body bounce tip in favor of Lumina Gaming. Boy, Jono! I feel like I've been saying that all night long. I love it. But
Boa Vida was a great setup for a run out, but unfortunately bad timing with the player that spawned on that side of the map.
Opted to put that Legion Trap beside the Frost, so there's still the potential for hitting it, or already having hit it when you go into the Frost. I don't know. I love it. I love the combo moves here. Blackbeard on the board. Not a call that we get to see too often.
What happens if you have a Legion Mine in you when you hit a Frost mat? Does it stay in and you just continually take damage? I don't know.
I hope so. L85 going to claim the life of Coded. That's the Solus off the board. Jono going to be down, potentially recoverable in this 4v3 scenario. That's a huge bait. That's a huge kill getting the Solus off the board. We still have the Ayana, of course, who could be using that Replicator now. Not going to be sussed out when she's using that gadget, and plenty of C4 or Claymore.
Yep. Yeah, lots of Claymores on the board here. They really want to make sure that the Llabdeau team does not have the ability to flank the way that they, could without all those. That's a lot of Claymores to bring. Typically, you don't see that.
Jono does get picked back up, now taking us into a true 5v3 scenario. And look at Frost. Patience of a first grade teacher here, holding the angle, waiting, knowing that that push is going to have to swing through there eventually. Ready to take that gunfight on. It's going to be Legion taking the scenic route, trying to come around, catch somebody slipping or sleeping, which they're going to need here to equalize this body
flank
balance.
here, but although the Claymores are not down, they don't have them down. They're still in pocket.
Yeah. Question the call there. Ooh, there it goes. Couple of trades ringing out. Put it all now onto the shoulders of JSD as that final push is going to start to come in. The collapse from everywhere does find one. Gets one down. Plan starts to go. But it's going to be Zep here finding the body.
Wow.
And finishing off that round.
Did not think it was going to... well, we weren't sure it was going that way.
Yeah.
5-4. Back and forth.
Boy, the run out, tough luck. You've been seeing the aggressive nature. It's like A1 analyst work there, right? From Knock. Called that the aggression was going to be needed. We've seen it on both sides. Now, just run out city. The C4 launches from up top. I'm here for it. It does make for absolutely exciting gameplay. And if it works, well, you put yourself up in the body balance. If it doesn't, well, there you go.
You know what? I love in-game chat here, just handing out free info, right? Telling Boa that the reason he was able to catch him on the spawn because he broke the window too late and he was able to see it. So right after they shot the default cam, he broke the window and jumped out. And Jono calling out that, hey, you broke the window too late. He could see it.
10 seconds to go.
A little bit of friendly advice.
5 seconds left.
Okay, so let's talk about it.
Attackers objective.
That's 5-4 here in favor of Llabdeau as we head to round number 10, and we're going to bring in double breach. Denials, the Mute, and the Bandit are on the board, and somebody we haven't seen this evening for Skyscraper, Capcan.
You know, like we said, just in the break there, right? Teams they're experimenting with a slightly different lineup here. Not seeing all of the same players, right? We were seeing Jono did play on Hibana before, but was I thought playing a lot of Ayana too.
Speaking of Jono,
changing the lineup, said his name. Sorry, JSD called him out and Capcan off, but all of his utility down and could be the 6th man that the defense needs.
Absolutely huge pick. Jono finding the headshot, putting him to 17-7. The potential for a 20 bomb here on Skyscraper. Jesus. That's body balance tipped in favor of Lumina.
We're sitting at 5-4. I think it's gonna happen.
You calling it now? Jono with the 20 bomb?
Yep.
Now here's the question. With a 20 bomb, does he win or not? Right?
Oh.
Doesn't matter how many kills you got if you don't win the game. Now body balance equalized up as Zemper gets taken off the board. Potentially we're going to see some of those Capcan rounds potentially making their nightly debut. Start to push
yeah, it's
in
a good
toward
question,
front.
right? Is Lumina going to be able to convert on the back of 20 kills from Jono into a round win? And they're sitting at 4v5, so they've certainly picked up their share. But as we get closer to match point here, Llabdeau needs one to go to match point. Now's the time that the rest of the team needs to step up and match that level of intensity.
Absolutely. Ooh, there we go. It's going to be the Legion finding the kill onto Zet now, putting body balance heavily in favor of Llabdeau's. They're trying to find themselves onto a match point round, and the shotgun is ready and willing to take that gunfight inside of Geisha. It's going to be Ultra
There's
finding
Ultra.
the headshot. Heyo.
Let's go.
Now putting us into a 3v3 here with 45 seconds left on the board. Still have some smoke canisters. No, just deployed the last one. So there's going to be no more stall down city. No C4s on the board. This is going to be straight up gunfight here. User is now not cold. 30 seconds left. This is the flash is going out onto the stairs. It's the jiggle peek. See if he's going to find something here. Another flash. Not going to find its mark as the gunshots start to ring out. Push from underneath now as the LED5 rings out. Shotgun going to claim the life of Joe now, putting us into a 2v1 to a 1v2, all resting now on the shoulders of Ultra against the shoddy meta. One grenade still in pocket to use if necessary, but won't get a chance to, as Llabdeau puts themselves on a match point.
Jibo claiming that one. Yeah, boy, having a nade in the pocket, a bit disappointing. Would have loved to have seen her toss that out.
Yep, huge round. So Llabdeau trying to put this one away. Like we said, it's a best of one. You don't get another chance. It's do or die. And now Lumina has to be perfect for 2 rounds in a row to take us to OT, which we haven't had today. I would love some OT. Little double OT if you could. A little 1v1 standoff in that double OT. But to do so, Lumina going to have to find 2 in a row.
Damn, a little bit of trolling again in game chat, asking Jono how his back is. Ouch. Sitting on match point here for Llabdeau Gaming. It's they got one more shot. Whiskey, what do you think?
Well, here's what I think. I think Lumina Gaming, I have casted them before. We watched a little bit of their gameplay. We know that they are absolute gunners. And I think it's what's their mentality like. You know, they've been having those early morning theory sessions. They've scrimmed before coming in. So here in the late round, the late part of the day, right, fatigue's starting to set in. That's where those mistakes are being made.
They've got spawn peaks set up on both sides. Both Hydro and Boa Vida were set up ready for either C4s or runouts here on the side of the map, but the attacking team didn't choose to go that side, so we're not going to see either of them happen. But man, they were both ready for it, playing super aggressive on the defensive side, wanting to grab a spawn peak or a spawn kill there to make sure that they could claim an early win.
Musola sussing out that gadget play, but the LMG gonna ring through, try to claim her life. Not gonna find anything, however. Oh, there we go. Zempier taking up the board as JSD finds the kill onto Ash, and it's gonna be Magi falling quickly now behind, and now to a 2v5. Whiskey, this could be it. There's still 2 minutes on the board, and it's now all resting on the shoulders of Ultra and Zet. Ultra taking some gunfight here inside of Geisha. Thermite gonna try to back him up from the backside of it. Free fire through the wall, not gonna find it. Oh,
there's one.
Ultra finds JSD, and that's a kill to find. Is gonna get all right, Whiskey. It's all on the shoulders of Zet. Has to be perfect for 3, or it is over. We don't want that to happen. Come on, Thermite. Gotta find 2 to even up that body bounce. Plenty of time to do so. Got time to do some droning if you need to. Solus off the board, so you're not gonna be spotted out. Gonna opt to take this gunfight instead, walking just outside of the smoke.
Ooh, wow. Nice. Yeah. Nice peeking through, and then Smoke didn't know that he was able to get through.
Oh,
Hydro.
But that's the deal. Yep, they have the cross set up. The shots ring out, so even if he'd have got the kill, he still would have had to contend with stairs. And that's it, folks. Yowza. Llabdeau finding the dub on Skyscraper. Huge plays. Huge plays.
Definitely does the score line doesn't show how back and forth that game really felt. I mean, 7-4 seems a little bit lopsided, but really Lumina was having a tremendous game. They just needed the rest of the team to kind of step up and match that level. A little bit unfortunate because it was a great game from Lumina.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, at this level of gameplay, you expect it to go back and forth. And we got close, 7-4. So here's what we'll do. We're gonna bring him back. The man, the myth, the legend, Noctish, gonna give us the who, what, when, where, and why of what just went down. What up, Noct?
Hello, hello. Okay. I was getting a little bit sleepy at the first, and then it was like a whole mess coming up. Every really great. Yeah, it was really great game. Congratulations to both team, of course. But something was completely off, and I think everyone can guess which side it was. So Lumina, despite trying everything, Jono going absolutely nuts. It was like 17 kills or 18 kills at the
17, yeah.
end
17,
of the
yeah.
yeah, at the end of the game. But not to disrespect everyone, but I always use a phrase, and that is empty frag. So when a player can frag, it shows the potential, the mechanical skill, the game knowledge, which is pretty high. But what does empty frag means? You know, when your kills doesn't affect in the round or on the game, so, for example, the planter is already the time on planter is ticking, and then you're in 1vx situation. There's like less than 7 seconds on the clock, so you cannot defuse, but you go for the kills. You add to your number of the kills, but that doesn't affect anything. Or many other scenarios that people and players can think of. Uh, Juno got a huge amount of kills, but how many of them actually helped Lumina taking some rounds in their favor? This shows two main problems for me. First, other players are either not at the level of that specific fragger. It can be one game, it can be general. Of course, we don't know exactly, but it can be one of those scenarios. Or in that specific situation, this player could position himself better than the others. So if we take all these scenarios into account, I believe that momentum and synergy that I have been talking a lot today has not been built yet for between these players. I'm pretty sure they have tried whatever they could, and they tried their best. There is no doubt in that situation, but it wasn't enough and it wasn't effective. So that's one side. The other side was the aggressiveness we saw from Libido when they were defending those runouts, those cheeky angles they try to hold and peek and so on. But also the way they were attacking, they always threw themselves in situations where I was saying that okay, this is going to be impossible to win, but they somehow managed to pull that out and bring the round to themselves. So these are the um, you can say factors which Lumina had and used it in the best way. Lumina could have, but didn't use. So I'm going on my interactive map right now to talk a little bit more on how theorem and karaoke is vital. Uh, I am hearing that I think I need to reload my browser, so give me a little bit of time. At the same time, of course, I'm talking so I can kill time. This is one of the best ways counselors and the people know how to delay the technical issues. So, um, Skyscraper is one of those maps that most of its bomb sites has soft walls. So, if we talk about, for example, Tea Room, uh, which I am showing right now. Let me show the bombs first. Okay, so these beautiful circles that I make. Uh, all these walls that I put cross on are soft, and you literally cannot. The maps that have this amount of soft wall are crazy. Are crazy less than the maps that are like hard walls on it. So, for example, in these scenarios, if you push from the drums, you can have soft walls. If you push from the mainsters, of course, I'm talking as an attacker, you have soft walls. If you push from the blacksters or backsters, whether whatever you want to call it, you have soft walls. You push from geisha, you have soft walls. So these this is a map that you need to hold every single angle that you can think of, or bring piece of utilities that at least can give you information. Recently, I feel that I haven't seen that much of bulletproof cams. Have you seen, guys?
We saw a little bit, but not as probably much as we like to see. We see the we talk about it all the time. You have to have the
Yeah.
intel for those holds, and yeah, well, I think we saw only one being utilized in several different scenarios.
They had one in
Exactly.
T room on. They reinforced the central hard wall in T room,
Yeah,
looking
this one.
at yeah, looking that direction. And I think on the other side of the room too, they had a bulletproof, watching those soft walls and half walls there.
So these kind of bulletproof cams can only give limited information, especially because it's guarded by hard walls around it, so people cannot completely see what is happening by the other sides. But uh, something that I really want to see from teams to bring piece of utilities that are valuable for providing information, even barbed wires are valuable because you need to either punch it or destroy it with other utilities. Still brings information. Um, there are angles to this specific side that if you want to hold it, you need to bring that piece of utility, whether it's a bulletproof cam, bob wire, wall creek cam, mirror. I really don't care. Bring it because it may not fit into your strategy or even in your to your play style, but the information it provides you can completely change around. So, for example, I believe it was one of the recent rounds before the game end that we had a player. It was Jaeger, I think, on this specific situation, this specific stairs, and he got pushed by downstairs and also from Geisha. What if we had a piece of utility that provide information to this specific player? At least he would know where I'm going getting pushed. Which angle should I like pre-fire first? Is it downstairs or on the stairs, or is it from the geisha? So uh, with that being generally said, I'm going to delete this, but waffle a little bit on it. Uh, I have a feeling that some teams are either too informational, they bring all the operators that have the information in their pocket, or too much reliant on the face checking. You should find a balance between, as I said in the last game, three stage of a game: the first minute information, the second phase for the positioning, and third phase for the execution are the critical places and critical times, so teams can actually build what they want. And with this kind of information, you can look into a round with a wider eye, with a bright eye. So with that being said, me talking on the maps are done. So, you guys, anything to add to that, or any specific question you may have?
Well, we were talking about that Mira strat setup for exhibition,
Yeah.
and I was asking Whiskey how he felt about it because you've seen it set up one of two ways, right? You see the castle either there to help support and hold off that drum area push with the single wall being open for run out and long, or you've got the door open, allowing that drum push to come in and single wall barricaded. In that sense of intel, I mean, who are we bringing to help support that exhibition play? Because we already have the Mira dedicated and utilized. And do we put the single wall open? Where are we headed on that?
So, um, in that specific scenario, it really comes down to what kind of play style those teams have. So, uh, when I was like talking to my guys in my teams, I would always say, okay, guys, let's set your mentality. And by mentality, don't mean the situation of your mind. No. Are we such a team that we want to have early execution? We want to deny those fast pushes or deny the entries to the actual map so we can gain the early advantage, or no, we are one of those teams that we try to waste time, bring the timing side to our advantage, and then let them make mistakes because they run out of time. So, either of these scenarios and mentalities that you choose, your playstyle will completely differ. When you have Mira, and Mira is one of those operators that people mostly play it passive, but not that much offensive. Mira is one of those utilities and operators that, with the combination of Vector and C4, is perfect to play super aggressive. In my preference, first I would say set the mentality of my team through the round, and then based on the analysis that I done to the other team, I would say because I'm more of offensive player and mindset. So I would say to open that wall, let them try to burn their utilities. Is it nade, flashes, I don't know, any throwable gadget, or even Flores? Let them try and waste as much as utility as possible on you, and then try to build the momentum around them. So, for example, when they are on Mira, I can players trying to flank, trying to play vertical, trying to cut off those crossfire which player have, and then by using a specific momentum, throwing a C4 or like a quick pick, I can have the mana advantage. This is my preference. Of course, teams and players may differ, but this is something I would prefer to set up.
Well, there you go. Write it down for the ranked book, folks. And that's another one, Gonzo Garbanzo. So here's what we're going to do, folks. We're getting the next lobby set up. Last game of the day coming
Let's
at you.
go.
So sit back, relax, fill your beverage to the tippy top. And when we come back, we have the stunning conclusion to Siege of the Day and Talent League. Ayo.
Let's go.